Today we are reading the book Maya Panchakam, a combination of 5 verses. There are several texts as a combination we have read. We have seen Manisha Panchakam, Sadhana Panchakam, Matru Panchakam. They are all a combination of 5 verses. Today we are reading Maya Panchakam. The topic is Advaita. Maya is a known popular word, also very ambiguous, vague, unclear word. Atma and Brahman. People study for many years and think they know it. And as the time goes, they realize that they don't know what Brahman is. Similarly, Maya. The word Maya is mysterious, obscure. Vedanta's focus is on that one Brahman, one alone is Ekam, ever present. Vedas are divided into 3 sections, Brahmana, Samhitas, and Vedanta. And what we are touching is Vedanta, which is Upanishads, which is the meaning of everything. The first 2 sections are rituals and how to do it, what kind of mantras you have to chant, all those things are first 2, but we are not in that portion. That portion is karma kanda, actions. We are only dealing with Upanishads, Veda Antaha. Anta means end of Vedas. Everything that we experience in this universe is subject to destruction, including our body, mind, and senses. But that one is indestructible, undefinable, limitless bliss. That is Brahman. Vedanta, that is this Upanishad, Vedanta speaks only about Brahman. As Vedanta talks about it, it introduces another topic, which is called Maya. Maya is the second major topic. Now let's see Maya from 2 different angles. One is Brahmashraya Maya. Second one is Trigunatmika Maya. Ashraya means leaning on. This Maya is leaning on Brahman, dependent on Brahman. And it has got 3 gunas, personalities, qualities, Sattva, Rajas, Tamas. In this universe, in this planet, we learn so many things. All these things are knowing principle. Let's say we are able to know about a plant, a flower, a tree, or an animal. So all these things are knowing principle, and this knowing principle expands far and far. Now we have SpaceX going to Artemis, going to the moon. We have new telescope that has come into the picture last year. So this is all expanding further and further to look at the universe. That is knowing principle. Second one is called activities principles. There are always movements and activities around us continuously, either on the planets or 5 elements, space, air, fire, water, earth, or people, or animals, or plants. So these are activities principle. The first one is Sattva Guna, that is knowing principle. The activity principle is Rajoguna. They're always in the mode of doing things. The third one is inert objects, that is Tamoguna. Now, since everything came out of Maya, the 3 principles, the Sattva, Rajas, and Tamas, the essence, the personality, they are also in that Maya. So everything that appears to us is all the modification, alteration, conversion of that one Maya, which has got 3 gunas. The entire prapancham or universe is the modification of Maya. So Maya is the cause and the universe is the effect. This cause form of Maya is the power of Nirguna Brahman, that only one Brahman, that Brahman has the power. But this Maya has no independent existence. It is not second from Brahma. It is not separate from Brahman. Some claim that Maya is separate from Brahman. They are Advaita, not dualities. But Advaita, Shankara's Advaita emphasizes only on one Brahman. And this Maya is the power of that Brahman. Brahman alone is. That Brahman has a power, Shakti, and that is Maya. Say we all have the power to walk. We are now sitting down. It is not expressed. When you start, after the class, when we start walking, then it is expressed. So that power is there. But where exactly is that power located? Is it in our body or is it outside? If it is outside, we can just stay home and have the legs go for a walk. No, it is not outside. It's not inside either. You cannot identify it. On analysis, the expression of that power is visible. But that power has no location. Sometimes, see, I can write, but sometimes as the age progresses, sometimes the hands cannot write. So the power that one can experience, can use, can express, but has no definite locus of location, locus of existence, is an appearance. We experience a snake on a rope. It causes the emotion of fear when we look at it. So, see, at the dusk, we look through the window, there is a snake coiled, and immediately we are scared. And we raise our voice, we try to throw water, try to push it out. But what actually is there is only the rope. Where did that snake come from? It has no location. That which is available to experience and upon analysis does not exist. That is called illusion, mithya in Sanskrit. So the entire universe that around us is all mithya, it's all appearance. Maya is the power of Brahman. Maya's expressions are mithya. Now, the entire universe, including you and me, these bodies, they all came from Maya. The body, mind, and the jiva is all from Maya. Now, for our human understanding, Maya is divided into two. This Maya acts differently with Brahman and differently with Jiva. Say, for example, I can say when our chief minister or somebody higher up is visiting our city, there will be 10 security around that person. Now, they are all protecting and respecting that power and position. But if the same 10 security is around a criminal, it is an insult, it is a bondage, it is a restriction, it is a constraint, confinement. That's exactly how Maya principle works with Brahman and Jiva. Just like that security that protects one and binds the other. The 5 verses in Maya Panchakam refers to how this Maya binds, constrains an individual or humans. First, let's see how it works with Brahman. This Maya has got 2 characteristics. One is Avarana Shakti, next one is Vikshepa Shakti. Avarana is veiling, covering, hiding. Say I have a pen here. Now this one is covered with this. Now, even though the pen is there, you don't see it. It is completely covered. So that is the covering power of Maya. So Avarana Shakti and Vikshepa Shakti. The rope was hidden, and on it the snake was projected. Brahma uses this projecting power to create the universe. Make it appear, not create. Universe is not a creation. Oftentimes in English translation, they say the universe is created. When you create something, there is second one. It is a manifestation. It is an appearance. As I walk in the sun, I see the shadow. The shadow is not a second one. It is an appearance. So also everything is manifestation of that one. How does this Maya play with human, the jiva? As a baby is born, the baby experiences the body, but that does not recognize that body. This body is aham, I. The baby does not recognize. That is why when an infant doesn't know how to take the food and put it in the mouth, somebody has to feed it. The child does not know that this is my body, I need to eat. As one grows, the thought, this body is me, I, and I experience this world, the thought comes. This happens around 3 years. I and mine. Don't touch my mom. This is my mom. That I and my starts at the age of around between 2 and 3. Similarly, who is I? The true I is veiled, is covered, and it is superimposed by something totally different on it. Developing a pride, the I sense, a false identification, and humans are bonded. This is the gist of Maya Panchakam. Why should I know this? Only when we know how the knot happened, we can unknot it, untie it. Right? We are fastened, we are entangled. We need to release ourselves from this Maya situation, samsara. What are the ways we are bonded so we can come out of it? Say if you are a teacher and if the student doesn't listen to you, then you approach the parents, let them know. So when this Maya is playing all this game in your life, and you need to go to the owner of Maya, which is Mayavi, which is the Brahman. You go to the bank, the front clerk, they don't know what you are asking for, then you go to the manager for the explanation, right? Same thing, when we are not able to manage these worldly situations, then you surrender to that one. With the power of ego, we cannot cross this Maya. Oftentimes people, humans, we all think that we have several powers. I have X amount in my bank account. I've got so much money. I have great health. I am young. I am smart. I have great memory. I have studied so much. I have studied scriptures for 20, 30, 40 years. I'm confident. I can handle anything. This is all ego. Confidence in transaction reality is ego in spiritual plane. With ego, you cannot cross Maya. If one thinks one can cross the ocean of samsara of Maya with any of this, that itself is an illusion. That ego is Maya. One needs to dissolve this ego completely. Surrender everything to that Brahman. None of these are mine. They all belong to that Supreme Being. Gita chapter 10 and 11, Vibhuti Yoga and Vishwarupa Darshana, they exemplifies this, how the ego plays. Whatever and whenever the ego says mine, remember you are in the grip of Maya. There is a Lebanese American philosopher, Khalil Gibran, you would have heard of it. He says, children are not born to you, they are born through you. Nothing is yours. What does it mean to say surrender to Brahman? Means what? When will we trust someone fully? Only when we know that person. Only when we interact. If I introduce so and so to you, you're not going to admire and adore that person right away until you have few interaction with that person, understand that person, and see then the qualities. Then you decide whether you want to continue the relationship or keep a distance. Right? So also to surrender to Brahman means one needs to know who that Brahman is. Without knowing who that Brahman is, you cannot surrender. You don't know who it is. Many are unaware of that Brahman. So Shankara describes Brahma Swarupam in verse 1. I will send the verses to you. So how Maya plays. First verse number 1 is Nirupama Nitya Niramshake Akante Maichiti Sarva Vikalpanati Shunye Katayati Jagati Shavjiva Bandham Dvagatita Kadana Patiyasi Maya. That is, the fourth line, Dvagatita Kadana Patiyasi Maya, means the Maya very tactfully, very powerfully makes the impossible possible. That is, projects what is not. The climax is whatever is not in existence, that is made to appear. Brahman alone is, but we don't know that. That is completely covered. The universe is not in existence, but we think it is real. That is the act of Maya. Whenever we surrender to that one Nirguna Brahman, the Maya has no power on Brahman. Therefore, the Maya has no power on me when I surrender to that. The Maya is under my control. As long as we have the ego, we are bound by Maya. In line 1 and 2, Nirupama Nitya Niramshake Akande, that is, he's describing that one Brahman without any parts. No comparison. Upama means comparison. Nirupama, it cannot be compared. There is only one. Nityam, ever present. Niramshake, without any parts. Akande, without any divisions. Kantam means divisions. That is how continent came from. Came from the word kantam. Akante, there is no division. That is Brahman. That Brahman is the foundation, is the basis of everything. Brahman is equal to Atman. This body, this eyes, nose, all the 5 senses, organs, everything functions because of that Atman is in this body. Otherwise, nothing will operate at the microcosmic level. So also at the macrocosmic level, only Brahman is there. Because of Brahman, all activities are happening around us. This Atman and that Brahman both are one and the same. Not knowing that Nirguna Brahman, humans are struggling. Every being is but Brahman. Uncomparable, non-dual, ekam, imperishable, without parts, purnam, complete. Akande. I am knowledge, and on me, many things are superimposed on me. I alone is Brahman, but the mind, the body, everything is superimposed on me. And I have attachment to all this. Maya has played this game. Maya has made this impossible possible very skillfully. I am one, ekam, and on me, three things are superimposed in verse 1. One is divided into three. One is Jagat, the universe, the Jivan, the individual, and Ishvara, the creator. Experience, experiencer, and the one who created both. So this is the first division created by Maya. The experiencer, the experienced, and the Trinity, Brahma we call, the creator. Upon logical analysis, to establish the existence of any object, there must be a means. Without a means, you cannot prove that something exists. If I say I see a pen, I need the eyes to see it, to confirm it. If I hear the music, then I need the ears to be able to identify the music from noise. You need a tool to prove that something exists. Eyes to see a book, ears to hear the sound, hand and to touch and feel the softness and hardness. But none of these senses, 5 organs of perceptions, they will show the objects. See, I can say this is a pen or this is a pencil, but the eyes will not differentiate a pen from a pencil or a marker. It will not differentiate. It will show this first. This is a marker. This is a pen. That's all it will show. It will not show the differences. The differences are done by the mind. No tool can compare and present us the differences. These differences are of the mind. Those cannot be proved by any tool, the differences. I can see Sumati here, I can see Vijaya here, I can see Aritra here. I cannot say this one is different from this one. The eyes cannot say the difference. Only the mind interprets the differences. Maya has created these differences. And we deal with these differences on a daily basis. You are different from me. I am different from you. Your perspective is different from me. All differences are imaginations of the mind, the illusion, like kaleidoscope. There are things, everything that exists has a definite purpose and functionality. All the differences that cannot be proved, verified, validated by any tool are referred in Sanskrit as apramana siddham. Without tool. Pramanam means tool. It cannot be proved, the existence of differences. And that is Maya. Only when we sit quietly and contemplate on it, we will be able to understand. Because there are so many objects, things, people. You just take fish category. There are thousands of fish underwater. Thousands of planets and stars in galaxy. No tool can give you prove the differences. If you say 2 people, one is 4 feet, one is 5 feet. But the difference, this is different from that, is the mind's interpretation. This is the difference that is in the mind. Comparison is of the mind. This apramana siddham, it cannot be proved without any tool, is a very important concept in Advaita Vedanta. When we say all differences are but illusion, then who is to blame whom? Who appreciates whom? Who negates whom? Who insults whom? That Maya created this Vedam, differences. Jagat, Jivan, and Ishwaran. Individual, Jivan, and world. This is the first division created by Maya. One alone is, one is transformed into three now. Now, verse 2 and 3 talks about Jagat Vedam, the universe, the differences in the universe. The entire universe is inert, Jadam. Nothing. What does inert mean? They don't know I exist. Plant don't know I exist. The 5 elements don't know I exist. You and I know. Not knowing I exist. Whatever you take, table, chair, light, pen, rivers, mountains, none of them knows I exist. The one that appears as many, that one is Asti Bhati Priyam, Nama Rupa. Asti Bhati Priyam is Sat Chit Ananda. Existence, consciousness, bliss. That is when name and form is added, then you see multiplicity. Everything that you see around you are all made up of 5 elements: space, air, fire, water, earth. But humans see the differences. We differentiate a diamond rock from the rock on the street. Both are rocks, but we put more value on that is on the store. Ultimately, if you look at it, geologically, they are igneous rocks, sedimentary rocks, metamorphic rocks, they're all rocks. Each one has a different value that is put by our mind. Our mind has categorized, classified, and placed a value for everything. We move towards those that we place higher value. We crave for what we value until we get that. Upon getting, achieving, we realize that this is nothing great about it. I want something higher than this value. That's why humans chase wealth, hoard wealth, because of insecurity, thinking that will take care of me. Once we have it, now we wonder where can we invest it? Should I get CDs? Should I invest in stock market? How can I multiply it? How can I save it? How can I protect that? More challenges to protect them. It's like, taking a dog for a walk. Take a dog for a walk. After some time, the dog will take you for a walk. That is exactly what Maya is. Maya made everything as our life goal by illusory projection. None of these are our goals. These are means to achieve, to know that none of these are important. These are insignificant. That alone is, I am that. That is the goal. We are already full, complete, but that is completely hidden. And we are drawn to whatever appears to us. We don't see the value of what we have until we lose it. Everything is but means. And Maya makes them all as the end goal. And thus humans are caught in this glamorous samsara, whirlpool of life. This is not just for general public, even for those who have studied Vedanta for hundreds, 30, 40, 50 years. That's the play, that's the act of Maya. Verse 2, line 1 says, Shruti Sata Nigamanta Shodhadan Api. That is, hundreds of Shruti, Vedantic, Upanishadic people have studied and analyzed, and it is astonishing to see them being lured, attracted by wealth. You give this much, I will put your name on the steps, or I will present you on TV. publicity. I will talk about you. This is all glamour, attraction. Makes a human. This is why it makes a human or an animal or even below animal. Vedanta is a double-edged sword. Either it can dissolve your ego completely, or it can boost your ego further to become arrogant, thus making the impossible possible. That's we need, of course, we need wealth, but that's not the end goal. It's only a means, but we chase after it. In that process, we compromise anything, including truthfulness, honesty, values, virtues, everything we sacrifice. You go to any government office, of course, I am speaking from my experience. You say, I'll pay 100 rupees, can you do this for me? He'll say, no, that's not right. Next day you go, I'll pay 1,000 rupees. He'll say, okay, this time I'll do you one time for you. You sacrifice your values for something that is just a means. Animals don't accumulate merits and demerits. Only humans do. That is why all humans are drawn to this illusion. Humans earn demerit. They chase the means than the end goal. You may think that it's better to be an animal. I don't have to accumulate anything. But only humans have that relationships. Animals don't have that fun and enjoyment with relationships. So the humans, general public, and those who have studied Vedanta for years need to be very clear as to what are the means and what is the end goal of human existence. Shankara is cautioning us here. We can read, understand, research on everything outside of all of us. But when we assess ourselves, we need to see, we often hide or justify our behavior. So our own emotions can be an obstacle in our spiritual growth. There's only one, but we get confused in this glamour. Verse 3, he's talking about, I am Sukachita Kanda Vipoda Advitiyam. That is, I am the one Ekam. And I am superimposed, overlaid by another one. This superimposition can be split into two. One is the qualities of something is superimposed. Another one is the product itself, with this object itself is superimposed. So I have a pencil. Those days we used to have pencils. Then came the pen. So the pen superimposed the pencil means the qualities or the characteristics of writing was superimposed by a pen. That's all the difference. But both are writing tools. Whereas the Dharmi Adhyasam is the actual product. Pen is superimposed by something totally different. Like say, we are reading a book, text book with a regular hard copy. Now we go to Kindle. It is completely different. Product itself is different. So instead of say drinking coffee, you drink tea. Tea is totally different. Or juice. I am Atman, I am divine, I am Ekam, on which this Thula Sukshma Karana Sharira are superimposed and made me to believe that I am that body. That is, the product itself is superimposed. So when the Supreme is superimposed by this body, all the characteristics of this body are superimposed on me. If I think I am this body goes through the pain, I go through the pain. This body is going to die, I am going to die. This body is deteriorating, I am deteriorating. So everything happens on that is affecting me. I am that supreme Atman, which is completely hidden, and this inert body is superimposed on that. And that's why we are in this whirlpool of samsara. And that's what Maya has done. I am one without a second. I am knowledge. Maya does both hiding and projecting in a jiva. In a jiva, the hiding power of Maya hides the Atman, and the projecting power of Maya makes us believe that this body-mind equipment is I am. Whereas the projecting power of Brahman, the Vikshepa projects the universe. For beginners, it is referred as the universe is created. Actually, universe is not created. Anything that is created is the second one. Universe is a manifestation, but for beginners, Shankara says the universe was created. So who is Brahman? Who am I really? Verse 3 says, I am one ekam without second, undivided, unmodified knowledge, Chaitanya Swarupa. On me, the body, which is made up of 5 elements, are superimposed. And Maya is directing the jivan to attach this to this perishable body and immerses us into this whirlpool of samsara. Now the summary of 1 to 3. Maya Panchakam is Advaita Vedanta text, non-dual. One alone is Nirguna Brahman, God, consciousness with a capital C, awareness with a capital A, the substratum of the entire universe, which is in all beings. That's what all Mahavakyas refer to. Atman is Brahman. Brahma's power is Maya. And that Maya has bound that Atman inside each embodiment. Maya cannot be proved of its existence by any means. Maya has 2 qualities, Avarana Shakti and Vikshepa Shakti. Making the impossible possible is Maya. First division is 1 is split into 3. The world, individual, and God. The entire universe is split into experiencer and experienced. The experienced objects are further divided into goals and means. Thus, the jiva is unable to recognize one's own self, which is hidden, and I, the true self, is superimposed. But by what I am truly not, and in creating an intense attachment to it. Thus, drawn to all the glamour and caught in this samsara, whirlpool of cycle of birth and death. When we gain self-knowledge, I am that, Aham Brahmasmi. Everything around us becomes like a movie. Each person that we interact with becomes a character in that movie. Without that knowledge, it is called samsaram, cyclical experience. Universe Jagat Veda, universal Veda. The entire universe, everything is made up of 5 elements only. This universe is divided into subject and object. The experiencer and experienced objects. I experience the pain and pleasure, success and failure, victory and defeat, heat and cold, appreciation, insult. What is this body? After all, whatever we eat, that is what this body is. Food is both in front of me and the body is also food. Both are same. It's just in different form. Maya has divided this entire world into subject and object. I, me, the subject, and everything else around me are objects. One world is divided, split into two. That's how Maya has made the impossible possible. One first split into three, and then further world is divided. Now, verse 4, Jiva Bhedam. Apagata guna varna jadi bhede sukachita viprabhida vdatyaham kritam cha sputayit sutadara keha moham pagatita katana patiyasi maya. This Maya creates the differences among the human. That is why we say, I am different from you. When in fact, according to verse 1, Jiva itself is an illusion. There is only one. Jiva, world, and Ishvara are illusion. Jiva itself is an illusion. So Maya does the differences in this world. I am different from this world is an illusion. Jiva is an illusion. Jagat is an illusion. Creator is an illusion. I am different from this world is an illusion. Illusion over illusion. It's like when you lie once, then the next lie has to be based on the first lie. Otherwise, you will be caught. Exactly like that. That's how Maya does. World itself is an illusion, which is further divided into subject and object. Objects are further divided into means and goals. Now, Jiva is an illusion, and it creates differences in Jiva. When we recall verse 1 in verse 1, lines 1 and 2, I am one without a second, uncomparable, imperishable. On me, Maya has superimposed the body, mind, and the world. I am one, absolutely no differences, and has created these differences and confined me into this samsara. Jiva Bhedam. How is Jiva Bhedam comes? And three gunas, sattva, rajas, tamas, varnas, brahmana, kshatriya, vaishya, sudra, jati. These are varnas are further subdivided. You will be shocked when you see, Google it, hundreds of jatis categorized and classified. Brahmanas have hundreds, Vaishyas have hundreds, Shudras have hundreds. Divide, further divide, categorize, classify, divide and divide and divide. In fact, those who are closer to the equator, in Western world, we talk about the white skin and black skin. If you really look at it, what happens? The sun is in the middle, the earth goes around the sun, and the equator is always around the sun when it is revolution, during the revolution. And the people who are living closer to the equator, their body has something called a pigment called melanin to keep them being burnt by the heat of the sun. It is natural product. The people who are in the North Pole and South Pole, they don't have that. They don't need that pigment, melanin. Without understanding all this, white skin and black skin, this person and that person, we have all these differences in our mind. All these are act of Maya, delusion. None of these differences exist in me. Who am I? I am Shukachiti. I am absolute knowledge, limitless bliss. On me, these varnas are superimposed, jatis are superimposed, and made me to have a strong affinity and attractions to those and hate others. Unless we think and analyze this, we are caught in this glamour. You have to be able to see the bigger picture. Say you talk about a university or a bank. What is a bank? Bank is just an imaginary body, a group of people doing different functions, working for a common goal. They are subdivided, categorized based on their performances. A bank may have a checking account person, savings account person, CDs, loans, mortgages, different categories based on their functionalities. It is only one. University, same thing. You have got different departments: psychology, physiology, sociology, biology. They have a department head. They have professors under it. They have associate professors on this. This is all one. So also the entire Prapancham, universe is only one. Affinity to caste, jati, is a psychological lie. It is all mental. No one or nothing can prove its existence. Based on those mental conditions, humans see the differences, causing arguments, disagreements, fights, killing each other, bitterness, anger, resentment, disharmony, hurting each other, happening all around the world. Israel, Palestine, India, Pakistan, US, China, Ukraine, Russia, between individuals and between nations. This is all the act of Maya. What truly is but only one, without a second, but has superimposed on it something that does not exist at all, and made humans to develop an attachment to those non-existent and pushed it into this whirlpool of samsara. One alone is the ability to see one in all is important. That is spiritual growth. Line 3, verse 4, biological life. This is a very difficult to accept it, to digest it. Sutta dara geha moham. Sutta means son. Dara means wife. Geha is home, property. Creating a sense of mine in all this. A jiva takes the body based on the consequences of one's actions. This is my son, my mother, my child. There is nothing that is yours. For one jiva, for my daughter to be my daughter, her karma and my karma has to tally. That is how the union happens. This jiva has to have this kind of mother, father, sibling, spouse, child. All relations are based on our own karma. We earned our own people in our life. As we raise our children to pursue their path, that is karma yoga. We don't expect. We are not supposed to expect anything in return. We do it because we want to bring to the child to be the useful citizen of the society. This helps the parents to purify their mind. Parenting is karma yoga. Once they are adult and independent, parents need to step back off. That is the path of liberation for parents. But generally there is an expectation. I took care of you when you had typhoid. I paid for you. I educated you. That's a reverse psychology, manipulation to creating a guilt in those children. Looking for a return on investment. Children are not our property. They are a blessing to us to purify our mind, to perform our karma yoga, to do our duty. Again, Khalil Gibran, Lebanese American philosopher, he says, children are not born to you, they are born through you. You support them to move further, to be independent. Only when we step back, they will grow. We need to allow them to make mistakes. Relations are intended for evolution of individual. But Maya makes it all a bondage. That is making the impossible possible. Animals don't have bondages. They don't have uncles and aunts. Only humans are bonded and experience emotional disturbances. Relations are for mental maturity, advancement, and Maya binds us with the same relations. We need to change these bondages as tools for liberation. That is Karma Yoga. Do your duty without expecting any desired result. Here, Sutta Dara Geha, son, wife, and home. I will not succumb to any of these attractions. Verse 5, Ishvara Bedam. We saw that one is divided into universe, individual, and creator. And that universe is split into meals and goals. We saw that Jiva is split into many different relations. Now, verse 5 is Ishvara Bedam. Vidhi Hari Hara Beda Mapya Kande Pada Virachaya Pudanapi Prakamam Pramayati Harihara Beda Bhavan Tvagadita Gatana Patiyasi Maya. Vidhi Harihara means Brahma, Vishnu, Shiva. Sarga Sthiti Layam, waking state, dream state, deep sleep state. G-O-D, generator, operator, dissolver. They are all based on their functionalities like CEO, CFO, and COO in a company. There's only one God, only one Nirguna Brahman, split into three. Akante Vibedam Api, I am Ekam, without any division. On that me, one. These differences, divisions are created. That one Nirguna Brahman, when he is the creator, he is referred as Brahma. When he is the sustenance, he is Vishnu. And when he is in dissolution, he is Shiva. Without understanding these differences, men are deluded because of this Ishvara Beda, different God concept. Why did religion come? Faith. Initially, people had, there is something beyond me. I can trust. That is God. I say God. God will protect me. That God is beyond my comprehension. But I trust God. It was for an emotional upliftment on an individual basis. When I'm going through struggles, I trust someone, I pray someone, then I feel at peace. It was for temporary emotional upliftment. Also for self-discipline, encourage values, virtues, and righteousness. Do not steal, do not hurt, do not lie. These are Swadharma, universally applicable. But in the name of religion, people behave like animals and go below animals. My God and your God. The religion that is supposed to uplift humans to a higher elevation. The same religion degrades human beings. This Maya has deluded humans in that thought. I am a Hindu, you are a Muslim, you are a Christian, you are this, you are Catholic, you are Protestant. This is all in the mind. You cannot prove a Hindu or a Muslim. There is only one appearing as many. And all these things are in our mind. not having that basic knowledge that divine is the substratum of all the cause. That is the cause of everything. Maya very skillfully created these differences, and humans are deluded around the globe. Not having the religion is not a solution. Wrong things are happening in universities, in schools, in hospitals. We have to correct those things. Same thing with religion. Religions, whenever they say my religion is better than yours, that means that is not a religion. There is only one. Understanding who the God is the key. Every human needs to understand who that God is very clearly. Verse 5 line says, without understanding that one alone is the substratum of all. Mainly those who have studied Shastram or scriptures for many years argue and fight your God and my God. There is no devil per se. If understood correctly, it is God. If not, that itself is a devil in you. In the name of God, the devilish behavior is expressed, killing and hurting others. Verse 5, line 3, he says, Brahmadi Harihara Beda Bhavam. Even in those days, people would not go to Shiva temple or Ganesha temple. Maybe not anymore now, but Shankara mentioned it in 7th century. There's a quote that man cannot escape the thought of God. Either one has to agree that there is God, or one has to disagree that there is no God, or say incorrect things about God. The higher power beyond me is the sixth sense. And even in that, Maya has penetrated and created the differences on that one supreme. Thus, Maya skillfully, tactfully, powerfully deluded human beings, made the impossible possible. Now, summary. Verse 1, 3 differences. One is projected into 3. Individual, Jiva, universe, which is Jagat, and Ishvara, the God. And then that universe is split into Jiva and universe, world. That is further divided into seer and the seen, experiences, experiencer. And the seen is further divided into means and goals. Then Jiva Bedam, differences in Jiva. Jiva is only one. The eyes will show only one person at a time. When the other person is seen, the previous person is not shown. Same with listening, touching. All differences, illusions are of the mind, cannot be proved. Apramana siddham. This Maya has created the differences in the creator and immersed humans into this illusion of many. If one knows and understands that this Maya is dependent on Atma, and I am that Atma, then this Maya is in my control. One cannot cross this Maya just studying by scripture alone. You can call yourself Pandit, scholar, but only with the pure mind, equanimous mind, devotion, surrendering attitude. All studying and reading is all for the intellect. Anything that we read after years, they will either I will forget or I will lose my memory. They are all temporary. You have to realize it from within. There is only one. One appears as many. One message, many messengers. So Shankara says, don't fall prey into this Maya's place. Tattvam Asi. You are that. This concludes Maya Panchakam today. I have a slideshow that I'll show you for a few minutes, and then we can end. Hope you can see this screen. Hope you can all see the screen.
Yes.
Vedanta is a book of knowledge, Upanishads. Vedanta is named as Shruti. Shruti means that which is heard. We cannot understand Upanishads by reading. It has to be heard first. It's to be listened to, Shravanam, that is the first step. Vedanta is a subject that speaks about Atman and Brahman as one, Samadrishti. Both are one. What is Maya? Maya is the illusion, plurality, dependent. Supreme Brahman, Nirguna Brahman alone is only one without a second, independent, only one. But the power is Maya. The power of that one is Maya. And whatever appears is called Mithya. Mithya means created by Maya as an appearance. One alone is. That Atma is every being. It is in every being. There is no second. All this second that we see is all because of our senses. The senses are tools for us, for that Atma to interact with the world. One alone is. I am that. Maya, one is split into three. The individual experiencer, experienced, and the creator. This is verse 1. So one is split into three. Universe. Every being in this universe is complete. And they are further divided into plants, animals, birds, aquatics, insects, initiating to the humans to chase the impermanent. Human beings is further divided, even though that every human being is full, complete. You and I, rich and poor, sick and healthy, powerful, powerless. All these are illusions. Universe is split into many, all lucrative. Diamond is more lucrative than all the rocks. How long is going to be that diamond you are going to hold on to? The homes, currencies, position. I am the boss. Everything is temporary. But all these things are attracting us. Just like the rope alone is, and it appears to be a snake and creates us the fear. You are this Atman. You are that. You are that. But we think it is superimposed by this body, and we think I am young, I am handsome, I am beautiful, I have strength. I am actually, Brahman is one. Sukha Chitta Akanta Advitiyam, superimposed by body, mind, and equipment. And Vyat Anal Adi, that means it is made up of 5 elements. Everything is made up of only 5 elements. And pulls us into this, tosses us into this samsara. Who am I? I am that. On that one, we have all these varnas, jadis, race, religions, all differences. Everything is superimposed on that one. One alone is. But we see the multiplicity, we see the differences. And based on that, we behave, we talk. Further confusion among gods. There's only one, which is one without a second. And we have Brahma, Vishnu, Shiva, Krishna, Jesus, Allah, Buddha. All these differences. One appearing as many is an illusion. They are all called deities. Not that we are negating, they are all called deities. If you want wealth, you pray Lakshmi. If you want knowledge, you go to Saraswati. They are all deities. But actually, one alone is, one appears as many. I think that's the last one. So I thought I will share that. So this concludes our Maya Panchakam. Hope it helped you. Let me finish it and we can share for a few minutes. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.